Alright, what's going on, guys? Your boy King Red Diamonds. I recorded the second half of the video before the first half, so it might seem a little weird, but I am going over my new build that I took through the depths. This build is very good. I had fun with it. It's very powerful. It's a lot more powerful than my corruption build. This build took me no time at all to go through the depths at all. Like it, I think my stream was like 2 hours. And about the first hour I was doing scroll missions, so technically it took me about an hour to get through the last 5 stages of Underworld, floors 26 through 30. But that's how powerful the build is. Like, it's very, very strong. It'll take you through all of the depths. It'll take you through everything. But in order to even use the build, you actually have to make it through the depths. You have to get to at least the 6th floor of Depths of the Underworld in order to even use this build, because Oyama Sumi is only available in the 6th floor and higher. So make sure that you're grinding up your going through the floors and stuff, and taking your time. But as you can see, just completely overwhelming the enemy. Like, he's purified. His ki is literally always drained. He's not being able to recover. Like, he just can't recover. Like, that's how powerful this build is. It overwhelms the enemy to the point they can't recover and they don't know what to do. Now, I did die right here because for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, when their health gets down this low, it takes so long for them to die. Like, it's ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. It's taking so long for him to die. Like, it's crazy, but I got him right here, so it's no problem. But yeah, the build is very good. It's very fun to use. It's very, very powerful. Like, a lot of like I said in my second part of the video, see, everybody can be inflicted with purification. Everybody can be inflicted with the purified effect. So that's what makes this build so powerful, as opposed to using corruption, where it's easier to get corruption onto human enemies rather than yokai enemies. Now, yokai, people think, I've seen a lot of people say that yokai enemies can't be corrupted. That is incorrect. Yokai can be corrupted. You can get corruption on yokai. It just takes longer for you to get that on a yokai, as opposed to using purification, which you can get up on yokai or humans in no time at all. Another reason for that is because there is no corruption talisman. I use Purification Talisman to help me get purification up very quickly, but there is no corruption talisman, so it's hard to get corruption on an enemy. That pretty much it's hard to get corruption on the enemy just strictly from your weapon. So that's why getting corruption up, that's why people try to stack sentience charge to get their weapons awakened as quickly as possible, because with sentience charge you'll be able to get corruption up on the enemy very, very fast. But in order to do that, you have to get lucky with your rolls. So making a corruption build takes more luck than making a purity build. But yeah, as you can see, it's just, you know, not many bosses can stand up to this. And Honda, actually, I just fought 2 of the tankiest humans on the game. Honda is one of the tankiest humans because he has hyper armor. And then Toshimitsu, he's pretty much immune to almost every element, and he also develops hyper armor at a certain point. So this build is just keeping them on edge. Like, they can't recover. Their ki is always drained. It's just a very strong build. But after this, I move on to a scroll and pretty much just destroy them as well. But yeah, I pretty much talked about the build in the second half, so I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody who came up to the stream. I appreciate everybody who still, you know, leaves the comments, talks to me, and engages with me. Again, let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know any kind of content you guys want me to do. I'm all ears. I'm open to anything, so let me know. But yeah, I'm out, and I'll see you guys in the second half. Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy King Red Diamonds, and I'm back for another Nioh 2 video. In this video, I'm showing off the build that I use to take me through the rest of the Depths of the Underworld, floors 21 through 30. This is the build that I used in the stream recently. If you missed it, it's on my channel. Go check it out if you have the time. I appreciate everybody who stopped by the stream. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you guys coming out, just chilling with me and having fun. But now I'm bringing you the build in which I used during such stream. So this is it. I am using the Grace of Oyamasumi 6-piece bonus, and then I'm also pairing it with the 7-piece of Izanagi's Grace. You get Oyamasumi from only Depths of the Underworld past floor 6, so you have to be at least past floor 6 of Depths of the Underworld in order to even get the Grace of Oyamasumi. Izanagi actually does drop in Underworld pretty frequent, in Depths of the Underworld pretty frequently. But if you don't want to do Depths of the Underworld to get Izanagi, you can always farm Izanagi from the regular Underworld. So the first 108 floors of Underworld, you can farm Izanagi from there. All the graces are pretty much locked to certain floors, so you have to farm certain floors in order to get certain graces. If you check out the Nioh 2 Reddit, there would be a post that lets you know which floors drop which graces. So if you want to know what to farm, where to farm, and how to get certain graces, that's how you do it. But yeah, I'm running Izanagi and Oyamasumi. Oyamasumi is pretty much the grace for tanking damage. It comes with an extra 500 life, which is really good. Guard key recovery is at 70%. Damage taken minus 8%. Damage taken half when you're unscathed, 100%, and then an extra life plus 30%. I'm not getting that extra 14% melee damage because that is the 7-piece set and not the 6-piece. But as it is, that's really good. The stats that already come with it is really good. And then Izanagi is the purity based grace, which gives you an extra life plus 440, key recovery speed plus 10%, increased defense on purification accumulation up by 30%, melee damage versus purified enemy up by 30%, and then cleansing prayer. Cleansing prayer, it grants you the blessing of the Trinity status enhancement each time you perform a purification. So you have to perform a purification up to 3 times for you to get all 3 stacks from cleansing prayer. And once you get your first stack, you'll automatically regenerate health. Your second one will give you faster key recovery, and then the third one will increase your melee damage. So whenever you are using Izanagi's Grace and you purify Yokai Realm 3 times, You get the maximum amount of buffs you can get off the grace, added on to what it already has. So it's a really good grace, very powerful, especially when you build the kit out correctly. As for my weapons and stuff, I am running dual swords because dual swords is my favorite weapon. I'm better with dual swords than any other weapon in the game, so I use dual swords because that's what I want to use. You can use any weapon you want with this grace, as long as you with this build, as long as you have it either Oyamasumi or Izanagi. So any weapon works. Just make sure that you're very good with that weapon. That way you can get the most out of your build. I got really good rolls on it. The main stat that I go for whenever I make a weapon is Mystic Dyad. If I have Mystic Dyad on the weapon, I don't care about any other stats on the weapon as long as Mystic Dyad is on that weapon, because I want to be able to use both Mystic Arts for the weapon. And the dual swords Mystic Arts are very good. One of the Mystic Arts for the dual swords reduces my key consumption when I'm attacking. The other Mystic Art gives me a defense boost whenever I'm attacking. So basically it's perfect for this build. That's why I use the dual swords. So yes, my weapon does scale with magic because of the certain stat buffs I'm running and the ultimate stats that I have, but I'll get into that when I get to the scroll. But these are purity based swords. If you want to get like purity based swords, you have to get the smithing text for them. Most smithing texts you can get dropped from like Otakimaru and Shooting Doji and stuff. Like those two drop the most smithing texts out of anybody in the game. So you can probably just farm those two bosses and get smithing text to drop if you want to get certain weapons. That's where I got the Little Crow and Quick Draw from. But moving down, I have damage bonus agility on both my weapons. Damage bonus agility gives you a damage boost to your melee weapon as well as your ranged weapon. Damage bonus familiarity does not. Shooting Doji's mask, because of the great stats it comes with. It comes with anima, and then it gives you an increased attack on Amrita absorption, which is very good. I also have increased attack on winded enemy, which is very good. And then attack is rolled on each piece of gear, or transferred at least on each piece of gear. I try to get melee damage and melee key damage on each piece of gear as well. Only gear that doesn't have melee damage is this, because it already came with some pretty good star effect rolls. So I kept this as it was and just put melee key damage on there. But every other piece has melee key damage and melee damage rolled on, just for extra damage and extra key damage. Moving down to our accessory, Yasakani, of course, because I want the set bonus requirements reduce -1. Plus it came with some pretty good star effect rolls. Sloth on Omeo Magic Hit is a very good stat. It helps a lot, especially with the way I wanted to make this build. So Sloth on Omeo Hit is very good. It also came with Anima Charge, which is great because I want as much anima as possible, as quickly as possible. Active star effect, active skill damage is really good. I didn't change it because I'm like, you know what, the extra 10% active skill damage, can't go wrong with that. So that's really good. Life recovery and absorption, of course, to give me more life back. Also have that rolled on my chest piece as well as my second piece. And purified accumulation, of course, because I want to get purity up as fast as possible. Next, I'm running another Magatami because it comes with Anima Charge. Plus, I had a very good star effect rolls as well. Extended Curse Nullification, melee damage versus Purify, and a melee damage versus zero key enemy. Those are very good stats. Life recovery and absorption, and then another purified accumulation on there. So all in all, the build comes out to be very powerful. If I could have found melee versus purified enemy on this as well, that would have boosted my damage even more. But I'll get to that if I find one. But until then, I'm still running these, so this does pretty good. And my scroll, this is the reason as to why my weapon scales with magic and heart, because I am running ultimate magic. Ultimate magic and ultimate courage together are two of the best stats in the game, because ultimate magic allows you to equip both mystic arts of magic, which is the awakening and I think the what is the other one? So awakening and amplification. So awakening basically allows you to use your magic faster. Amplification extends the duration of your magic. And then my magic stat is pretty much maxed out, so that allows my magic to last even longer. The more magic the more stats you have into magic, the more powerful and the longer they last. So ultimate magic is very, very good. Ultimate courage as well is very, very good, because ultimate courage reduces the key consumption whenever you're attacking. That's very good because you want to be as aggressive as possible, but you also want to be able to move around and dodge. So you need a lot of key for all of that. So ultimate courage allows you basically to use the minimum amount of key to do the maximum amount of moves. It's a very, very good stat. It came with ethereal drop rate on it, my A minus, so that's not bad. If I ever want to farm, I could just use this scroll and I don't have to change anything, so that's really, really good. It came with an increased attack on winded enemy. I can change. I honestly I can change that because I already have increased attack on winded enemy on my helmet, so I can change that to another stat. But as for now, I just keep it as that, just for now. And then I have ultimate stamina. Ultimate stamina, in my opinion, is also a very, very good ultimate stat because it can put you in double A toughness. Now, I did explain during the stream, but I'll explain it now. Double A toughness is a lot. Is a big difference between double A toughness and regular just A toughness. Okay, A toughness is very good. It'll help you, tank through certain hits. You won't take as much key damage, but later on in the depths, A toughness is not enough. You will take huge hits with just A toughness, but with double A toughness, you can tank through a little bit more hits than you would with A toughness. Now, I'm not saying that you won't ever take damage. You will, but the amount of damage you take is mitigated even further with double A toughness. So that's why I run ultimate stamina, to put me in double A toughness. It's a very good stat, and I like it. I was farming for it. This scroll actually is the perfect scroll for this build. If you do want to run, if you do happen to get lucky and find a scroll like this, try to get it like this. But if you don't, it's okay. I'm pretty sure the build will still work regardless of whether you use ultimate stamina or not. It's still very powerful. I just use ultimate stamina because that's for my style of play. And then it comes with Path of the Beast, which increases the damage and key damage dealt by yokai abilities, but in exchange for consuming more anima when I use them. Now, this may seem like a drawback, but it's really not. The reason why is because I have so much anima gain coming back that it does not matter how much anima I use on certain yokai abilities. I'll gain the anima back very, very quickly because of how I have my build set up. But we'll continue on. As for my items, I have steel for defense, of course. Distraction for Unritter gain, basically to help with my life recovery on Unritter absorption, as well as the increased attack on Unritter absorption that I get from shooting Doji's mask. Barrier is to help with my key recovery speed. It's also dispels yokai pools, which also helps with the extra stat on Izanagi, cleansing prayer, because you have to perform purifications in order to get your stacks up. Also, purifications increase my defense. So not only am I getting increased defense from purification, I'm getting increased key recovery speed, increased attack, and also health regen. So I'm getting 4 different buffs just from doing a purification. That's very, very good. That's what a barrier is for. It helps you pretty much instantly proc those. It instantly helps you proc those stats buffs, and now you're pretty much a god. Next, we have the Purification Talisman. This helps put purity on my weapon. My swords are already a purity sword, but Purification Talisman pretty much helps me get purity on the enemy a lot faster, because now your entire weapon is imbued with purity. Like, they might be purity sword, but it does not mean that you'll get purity on the enemy very quickly, even if it is a purity sword. That's why I run Purification Talisman. Now, Guardian Spirit Talisman. This is to proc my Sloth on Omeo hit. Not to mention, since my Guardian Spirit is the Purity Guardian Spirit, this will get purity up on my enemy as well. So I have pretty much 2 different ways of getting purity on the enemy, meaning that at all costs the enemy will be inflicted with the purified effect. So they work very well together. Arch Yokai gives me more anima over time, which I need because I want to use my yokai abilities as much as possible. That's part of the build and the way I fight with the build. And then the rest, I had a Daijin Saki right here. Do I have any more Daijins? I do not, but I did have a Daijin Saki. Daijin Saki is used to basically like prevent you from getting hit with status ailments like scorched or saturated and stuff like that. So it helps you pretty much not get hit with confusion. I have a Clay Bell of Beckoning for the Scampus. Scampus are really good. They are a lot more powerful than people may think. Scampus pretty much deal a lot of key damage to your enemy while you're dealing key damage. So you can keep your enemy, you can almost keep your enemy in an infinite loop of the winded effect, basically, with like their zero key basically. So Scampus is very good. Then I have a quick change scroll basically to keep me alive. These are just my regular speed running ninjutsu to basically help me go through levels without having to, you know, play through the entire thing. On to our Guardian Spirit, we are running Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is the Purity Guardian Spirit. As you can see, it comes with 8% Purified Accumulation, damage taken versus Yokai minus 7%, an extra 10% on melee versus Purified, and then Calming Breath. Calming Breath heals you as you're out of combat. So it automatically restores your health while enemies are aware of your presence, meaning that whenever you're out of combat and you're basically away from an enemy and no one can see you, Calming Breath activates and you begin to heal. It's a very good effect, especially if you're like running levels and stuff like that. It doesn't really help much in the underworld because you're always going to be like in the boss's range and they're going to always be aware of you. But like if you're doing, say you're in underworld going through the levels first before you get to the boss and your health is really low but you just got out of combat, you'll begin to heal over time. The second Guardian Spirit I'm running is Baku. That is exactly why I have the anima bonus versus the anima bonus on confused enemy. Baku and Ho-Oh pretty much are the opposite of each other. Baku is the corruption Guardian Spirit. Ho-Oh is the purification Guardian Spirit. They combine to give you the anima bonus confused enemy. Now it is only a D, but it still adds to my anima gain regardless. So even though it is only a D, it is still going to help me gain more anima regardless. I'm running White Tiger because White Tiger comes with anima bonus on purified enemy. It also gives me an extra 14.6% purified accumulation. Max yokai ability damage is also on here, and the yokai ability damage and yokai shift is on there. So it's not bad, really good rolls, especially the max yokai ability key damage. That's very good. Next we are running Kasha. Kasha gives me life drain on yokai ability, AA+, which is very good. I also get faster movement on Unriddle absorption, meaning I'll be a lot quicker, move around a lot faster. I have anima bonus on Unriddle absorption on it as well, which is very good, meaning I'm just going to get anima from absorbing Unriddle, which extraction helps with. And then we have yokai ability key pulse, which helps basically if I'm in a yokai realm and I use my Kasha, I'll instantly purify the yokai realm, and that'll give me even more anima gain back. So basically I'm just going to continually keep on getting anima back no matter what. But yeah, I also use Kasha to help get confusion up on the enemy, which helps with my anima bonus on confused enemy. Because Kasha pretty much inflicts the enemy with the scorched effect, so it's very good. And that helps with my Ippon, because my Ippon has yokai ability damage on scorched enemy plus 31.5%, meaning that Ippon is going to hit harder once the enemy is inflicted with scorch after using a Kasha. I also have anima charge on the Ippon and yokai ability key pulse on my Ippon. So just the anima gain I'm getting back is just so frequent and so much that you're going to see me use my yokai ability so much faster because of how much anima I keep gaining back to use them. All in all, it's a very good build. It's a very good build. The kit is very good. The stats that I have on them are very good. I pretty much base this build off of getting purity up on the enemy, and then hitting it with the Kasha to inflict them with the scorch. That way I get confusion up as quickly as possible, because when an enemy is confused, they take an increased amount of key damage. So it works out. Not to mention, once they're confused, I am getting the anima bonus on a confused enemy. Kasha is generating a lot of Enrita, so I'm continually gaining back anima, meaning I can continually just keep on throwing out yokai abilities. It works very well. They synergize together very well. But that is it for the pretty much the stats and stuff in the build. I'll go over to my actual stats and everything. All right, so my stats are as follows. I'm running Constitution 55. You might think Constitution 55 is pretty low, but if you check, I do have over 8,005 health. The reason why is because of Oyama Sumi. Oyama Sumi gives you the extra 500 health plus another 30% added on to that, which boosts me up to over 8,000. Now I could be up higher. I could have life rolled onto each piece of gear, or like have it transferred on each piece of gear to give me even more life. But as it stands, I don't need that much life. Now, like I said, I could go higher with the life. Probably could get somewhere close to 9,000 if I really tried to, you know, stack life onto everything. Because you can stack life onto your gear. You can stack life onto your soul cores. So you can really like just go that route and literally just have endless life and get so much life that like even taking damage doesn't matter. But 55 in Constitution. Heart is at 200 because that's what my weapon scales with. Courage 150 because I'm running ultimate courage. Stamina 150 because I'm running ultimate stamina, and that gives me my AA toughness. Strength is at the soft cap of 10 because I had to have at least 9 strength to even run Shooting Doji's mask. So I put strength at 10 just to hit the soft cap. Skill, I didn't need anything in skill at all. I just put the extra point I had left over in skill just because. But skill, I'm not really using skill for anything, so I don't need it. Dexterity is at 20 just to give me enough capacity to run the ninjutsu I need to run. And then magic is at 200 because my weapon scales with magic. Not to mention I'm also running ultimate magic, meaning I have to at least be over 150 magic. So that's how my stats are. Again, I have over 8,005 life. My key is over 1,500. I am in B agility, which is very good. Because I'm very tanky, so I need to be as tank. If I'm going to be tanky, I also need to be as fast as I possibly can be. I have a defense. My defense is over 11,000. So again, I'm in AA toughness, over 11,000 defense. I'll be able to take a couple hits. It's not bad at all, but that's what I was aiming for. I was aiming for high defense, high toughness, and at least be agility, so I could be able to move in and out. As for our additional stats. Excuse me. I have over 200 attack added on to my gear. Active skill damage is plus 10%. That just comes from the star effect on my Yasukani. Life drain melee is 25. Melee damage is at 15.6, which is not bad, but it's not the best. But it's okay because I'm already getting a lot of melee damage from whenever I purify an enemy, and you can get purification on just about anything in the game. So I'm going to be doing increased damage regardless. Go down to our melee versus purified. I'm at pretty much 60%. Like I said, if I was to get melee damage versus purified enemy on my other accessory, I would be up around 80% melee versus purified, which is ridiculous. But yeah, if I can find another accessory with melee versus purified, that'll just boost my damage even more. My melee key damage is up to around 40%, which isn't really bad. It could be higher if I had star effect melee key damage on every piece of gear, but I don't. So 40% is not bad at all regardless. Got the increased second rate of absorption. Purified accumulations at 78.4%, which is pretty good. Got the melee damage versus zero key. It's not bad. If we go down, you can see all the anima bonuses I'm getting. I'm getting the anima bonus from an enemy purified. I'm getting the anima bonus from rate of absorption. I'm getting the anima bonus from a confused enemy, and I even get anima bonus from ranged hit. My anima charge is at 39.7%, which is pretty much 40% anima charge. It's very, very good. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot of anima gain, and I'll be able to use yokai abilities just left and right. But I think that would be it for all of that stuff. Yeah, that's it for all that stuff. But all in all, the build works really well. It did take, like I said, it took me through the depths. It took me through all of the rest of the remaining depths. My previous stream before yesterday's stream, well, my previous stream before the recent stream I just did, I had a little trouble getting through stages 21 through 25 with the previous build. Now that build is still viable. It's just you have to build it out a little better than I did. Other than that, the build will still take you through the depths for sure. But this build is the one that got me through stages 21 through 30. It took me through pretty easily, actually. You know, I died a couple times, but all in all, it didn't take me too long to even beat most of the bosses. This build is very, very good. It's a very good build. It's very powerful, especially if you put the time and effort into actually building it out. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who can make this build way better than I did, and that right there, it will prove that this build will be very viable for you in Underworld or anybody who hasn't made it as far. But yeah, I guess I'll show you my clan real quick. For anybody who doesn't know, I am running Meta Clan. Meta Clan gives me those huge big grapples that do like 50-60k per grapple. Let's see. There it is.
Well then, I guess it can't hurt to move on.
But here we go, right here, boom. So as you see, it says reduce damage grapple 55%. Once you max out your clan rep, that goes to reduce grapple 100%, meaning that whenever I grapple an enemy, I'm going to reduce their damage guaranteed. I mean, reduce their defense guaranteed. And then if I grapple again, I'm going to do increased damage on them. So Meta Clan is very good for dealing those big, huge grapple bonuses. And that's the mainstay of this build. I want to drain the key as fast as possible, get them pretty much winded, get them stunned, and open them up for a big grapple and to do a ridiculous amount of damage. But that's it for the build, guys. I appreciate you guys supporting me again. I appreciate you coming out to the streams. Thank you so much for the support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know more. Tell me more videos you guys want me to come out with. Let me know what you want to what you basically want me to do and what content you want me to put out. I'm still making builds. I'm still putting stuff together. So in the future, just stay tuned for anything that I have. If you do want to keep up with me, make sure to try to follow my social medias. I'm mainly on Twitter and stuff. That way you keep up with me and make sure that you're not missing out on any of my stuff. But thank you guys again. It's King Ray Diamonds, and I'm out.